What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of what I hope to be a series of devlog for the game that I'm making. Without further ado, the game is called Gather, Build, and Survive. This game I've started creating this game I think around 2 years ago. It was an experiment for testing out Unity ads on mobile. Specifically Android. And then the game evolved into what I can say a genre of multiple genres. Sorry. And month by month, it evolved from a scavenging game to an idle game, then into a simulation and an adventure. And technically it has this kind of a micro genres inside of it. You start in this post-apocalyptic world, and whether you choose your character, male or female, and then you can have, let's say, your name, and the game starts right away. In this, I want to say mansion, but it's just basically a house. And whose house is this? What is it? It's not. Yeah, the story is not. The details of the story are not finished because I was focused on the mechanics, and I kept working on it. And there was also a phase where I wanted to learn pixel art, and then you see everything is here is self-made, and I'm really bad at pixel arting. But for me that looks fine. For others, it just looks so beginner. And then I started added all these features. For example, you spawn at the living room, and then you have the kitchen, bedroom, bathroom. This is some sort of like a greenhouse, but it's not really a greenhouse. It's just a place where you, grow your plants. And this is a workshop. Outside isn't accessible per se, and then you get your attributes, right? You get your health, your energy, hunger. This funny poop face is bladder, hygiene, how clean you are, and these are the I would say the resources, right? This is we have three main resources so far. This is materials, in which you can use to build, upgrade elements in a house, and this is food, and of course to make meals. And this is water for consumption. Materials can be used to upgrade things in the house. For example, upgrade the stove, upgrade the bathroom, upgrade the bed, fridge, storage, the planting pot. And then you can get it from scavenging outside. And then we'll get to the scavenging soon enough. And then we got food. Food is basically has one way of usage, is by cooking, right? And you can get food by either harvesting a plant or also scavenging outside. Water is also used for mainly food and bathroom and shower usage. You can get water from scavenging so far, and later on, probably I'm gonna add some like filtration and stuff, like when you can collect from raindrops and all this stuff. It's more advanced for now, and of course I was planning on adding more things like electricity, and because like right now everything is running, right? But everything has to have a price, like a time for it to finish. For example, you get this power grid in which you can decide to use. For example, you use the power grid to pump water from down up, or for example, maybe that's not the proper usage for it. Maybe use water to light the whole house. What else? Actually, there's not much to use water except electricity. Probably fridge is the main thing. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I did not incorporate power, because there's not much usage of it right now. Maybe if I can add radio later, or I can have a better lighting usage in here, because light is basically just lights the place, and then you can go out without lights, you can go with candles. So that's for power. Maybe other stuff can be added later, but small things first. Okay, I've dove into the game mechanics, but I didn't mention the story of the game. So, as I said, I was trying to learn more pixel art and then combine multiple genres in one game, along with ads for mobile, and plus my love for post-apocalyptic games. And this all diverged into this game, which I had to stop building it for a while because I got involved into developing other games, and one of them is Ellen, and so forth, and also got personal life and blah blah blah, And now, or not now, a couple months back, I've been thinking about a scenario or strategic way of re-entering the development phase of the game. And I've been looking to statistics and stuff, and then I was amazed to find that throughout these 2 years, I've got over 20,000 downloads for the game. Not much, like so few kept the game active, because of course it's not even a beta game. It's probably alpha, and that makes sense. But still, it gave me like a minor revenue. It's not even considerable. Like probably I would say $100 a year or something, which is not even considered as a profit. But I was like, this game is has to have some potential, so might as well just use it. Enough with the chit chats. Now we get back to the game itself. So you start the game, and as I said, your goal is to survive. And I still haven't got the main end point of the game. Like, what's the goal of surviving? And along the way, we actually developed a the same game for PC, but it has a different gameplay, in the sense that it has an end game, and the end game was you have to survive 10 days. And it didn't have this waiting time. So for example, when you play it on mobile, let's say you're cooking a meal, right? Or actually you're doing something, it's going to take exactly the same time as you cook a meal in real life. So for example, let's say you went to the bathroom, all right? Or let's say it's something more relatable. Your character is tired and you want to go sleep. So the second you put him to sleep inside the game, you have to actually turn off the game, because he's going to be sleeping throughout the whole time. And you have to wait, let's say people take 6 hours, right, to sleep fully. It might take similar time here. So it's as close as possible to real life, and as more feasible to be playable. So these numbers might vary during the testing throughout the game. But on PC, the version that we built was more fast-paced. Like, whenever you do something, the game fasts forward. So I came up with this idea of, like, what if I can make the same thing in here, but in real time, not fast-forwarding. The game has ads in which you can fast finish some tasks, but not time related. For example, I can cook a meal and then I can watch an ad, and the meal will be cooked, but you still have your time. Like, it still took, let's say, a minute to finish. Apart from that, that's the main goal of my game, and I might change it to something else, like have a goal-based game, like objective-based, like you have to probably get special materials to build a car and then exit the city, blah blah blah, But so far I'll stick for the 10 days agenda. Starting with the game, you spawn inside. As I said, you spawn in the living room. Right now the gameplay, this is the actual gameplay, and let me make it more full screen. So this is the actual gameplay. You spawn inside and then you can walk, and of course glitches are bound to happen. And you can interact with stuff by, you seeing the lower button here. It's the interact button. So as soon as get close to something interactable, you get to see this button. So for example, this is a map. If I click on it, I have this map window, for which, like, if I can click house, this is my house, there's a well, I can scavenge it, and it tells me what resources I get in some sort of a prediction way, not like approximate way. It's a random. It takes 2 minutes, and we get a cottage, market, and then you get factory. For example, this one gives some water. This gives. So let's say, like, I can scavenge, and the character is at the moment scavenging. And of course, there's some actions which you can't override, like you can't move it or something. But right now the character is visible because the system is not fully done. I mean the movement system. But then let's say I can click back here. Not right now. This is not done actually. The cooking is fully functional. So I'm gonna demonstrate on cooking. You can access the. Let's go right. Here we go. So if I click on the stove, each item in the game, interactable item, has, let's say, I want to say 3 main elements. First one is info, and then use, for example, eat, cook, sleep, plant, and then upgrade. And this is I want to say, like, this is the like the fast finish, and you can do it while contributing with the thing. For example, click on info, it gives you the name, the picture, the level, and then what it can produce, if it's producible, or what does it give, all this stuff, and satisfied hunger by 25. And for example, let's give it this, and upgrade, of course, it shows you the current state and the next state. For example, meals use less food now because you're becoming more, chef oriented, you're not wasting as much food as you did before, and then takes less time, and then satisfies more hunger, but it costs 120 building materials, in which I should replace this with an image, but it's fine. So now we're starting cooking, right? And you see here is cooking, and as I said, the character should be invisible. So if I click on this again, it opens up the tooltip of the same item. So I can click back on this one to stop it, and this one isn't accessible. And when you click on this one, you get the chance to watch an ad for skipping all the efforts. For example, let's say you have 15 food. Let's skip the ad. Here we go. Skip. Eureka, your task is done. But I think I haven't incorporated it properly right now. But again, you finish the tasks, and you get all the stuff. That's basically the whole scheme of the game. Like, the whole idea is for you to be able to survive. For example, let's say if there are some danger zones and then critical zones. If as far as I remember, if you reach less than 10%, or I think less than 10%, you become to feel really hungry, and this real hunger will cause your health to drop slightly. And let's say you have you're becoming more not hygienical, and then you need to shower, but you're not showering, so you get 2 elements that pressuring your health. So your health would drop slightly more than usual. And let's say if you have 4 of these stuff unsatisfied, you're gonna get a faster drop of health, and it will soon you will end up dying. And then that's the whole point of the game. And scavenging is more of the activity of the game in which I want to explore more. Alright, and that's basically all the game. And then I've got more to add to the game, a lot to add, honestly. And then I'm sure, like, you're actually watching this and they say, well, I can add special meals, or I can add crafting elements, in which is a part of the game. Actually, it's one of the elements that I want to do in the pipeline. And character customization, and then probably one of the most important stuff also is to add invasions. You have your house, I want to say this cottage. You need to protect it when specific zombies attack your house, and then these specific waves, they come at specific time of the day. Say every 6 hours, right? Or you get a notification beforehand that you have there's a wave coming up soon in 5 minutes or so. So you have, if you don't go in, like let's say in the next 10 minutes you have, or 15 minutes, you have this wave. So you have to log inside the game and then click, face the wave or attack. So when you do this, you have to kill the zombies. I'll figure out a way of killing them, like maybe right click or simple clicking. Sorry, not right click. This is a mouse. This is a phone game. So there will be a specific mechanics for killing the zombies, and when you do, you will prevent them from damaging your barricades, let's say. And then if you miss that, your barricade will be damaged. So it loses percentage, and then you have to spend material to upgrade it or fix it first. And when it's damaged, when it's broken, they come in and you're dead, game over. And that's mostly the whole idea of the game. And then it's so flexible. The roadmap of the game is not fully done. It's basically on demand. I have multiple ideas to implement. As soon as I finish each idea, I can add more later. But I'm gonna put a proper roadmap of the game so I can launch it as I would say, like, I haven't put it like point to point or all this stuff, but probably the next 6 months maximum, probably less, even more less, depending on the features. And right now it's still in alpha phase, which means it's it's available on the stores. You can download it if you want. You can see it in the description below. But it's honestly, it's not really playable fully. Like it can play some of the stuff. You can eat, you can cook, you can sleep and do stuff, but then there's no goal of the game. So all this stuff will be incorporated along the way, and then I would really appreciate your comments on those stuff. Like you can join the Discord channel to help me out with these stuff, with the bugs, or even if you got some cool ideas I can implement. Some people come up like, let's do works or jobs, for example, skill points. That would be amazing. Having skill points, skill in hunting and cooking, and then probably in conservative, all these things, perks. Everything is doable. Maybe later on come with interacting with other communities and stuff, but then that's so far ahead. I think that's all that I have about the game right now, and then I'm gonna start developing features bit by bit, and I'm gonna make tiny devlogs along with my Unity tutorials. So I hope it's not gonna affect it, but I don't think it will, because I'm gonna work in parallel, and I'm gonna keep posts on the YouTube, of course, and then definitely on my Discord channel, which I recommend you joining, because I've got a small community there of I would say junior developers, but they're really helpful and funny in some sense. Other than this, and I really appreciate the time you've put into watching this video or any of my videos, and to all those who are supporting me directly or indirectly, please hit the like and the subscribe to keep up with my videos. Apart from this, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.